What's going on, America? What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, Facebook? What's going on, Twitter, and all those other good joints? Let me do something here. I want to make sure y'all can see my screen. Know what I mean? Anyway, welcome to the show. This is Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. That's right, y'all. And I'm back. It's Friday night. And we got to make sure y'all can hear me, man. Friday night mic check. Can y'all hear me? 1 2 1 2. Yeah, let me know if you can hear me. 1 2. I got to do the check. If I can't get the mic right, we can't start tonight. Somebody said, stay in Texas. You see, I got my Texas hat on. Mic check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yo, is this thing going? Is this thing going? 1 2. Friday night mic check. Give me that drum roll. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a strong rhyme to step to. Think of how many meat shows you slept through. Time's up. I'm sorry I kept you. Thinking of this, you keep repeating your myth. The rhyme from the microphone solo whip. So you sit by the radio, hand on the dial tone. As you hear it, pump up the volume. Dance with the speaker till you hear it blow. Put on your headphones, cause here it goes. It's a 4-letter word when it hurt it controls. The body will dance. So, there we go. So I'm assuming that the mic is right. Is the mic right tonight on a Friday night? Yeah. So a little bit of Rakim, on my Friday night mic checks. I relive my, my dreams of once becoming a famous rapper, but I came up at the wrong time. See, rap wasn't, Rakim kind of made it more fluent. I grew up, and I'm about to date myself. But see, I look back at the way they used to rap, with the hip hop, hibbity hip hop, the don't stop, the rock and did a bang bang biggity up jump. I was like, that's garbage. That's garbage. I don't see how we loved it. We loved it back then though. Somehow we loved it. Then when LL came out, we was like, oh my goodness, what is this? What is this? Yeah, we thought we was making progress. Now I look back at all that stuff like, oh, good grief. Oh my God, are you a singer? Well, I do dibble and dabble a little bit sometimes for fun. See, I'm not one of them delusional people where I'm like, all right, I'm coming out with an album. Nope. Yeah, you ain't got to worry about me making a fool of myself. Be like, what made this dude think he could come out with an album? Nah. But anyway, with that being said, now that we know my mic is right, let's go ahead and let me get loose so I can get busy. Let me get a swig though, like Nancy Pelosi. That's good. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. There's some kings in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. So, guys, before we get into what we got to talk about tonight, got to make sure everybody is aware that I have Kevin's Corner store up and popping, y'all. Y'all can go and check it out anytime you want. You can get all kind of stuff in there, stuff with Gizmo on it, who's over there right now playing with his little wolf. He got a little teddy bear wolf that I bought him when I first brought him home. He drags that thing around like Linus's blanket. Every time I come in here to do the show, he drags the wolf in here. It makes him feel tough. He's shaking the wolf around. He's like, look at me. I'm killing stuff. I might be small, but I'm killing stuff. Yeah, so you can get merch with Gizmo on it. You can get merch with real gorilla stuff all over it. All kind of stuff. Kev's Corner. So please check out the store. Also, don't forget, 330-974-4607. If you text MAGA to that number, you'll stay in the loop just in case they bounce me up off this platform. And then finally, I got the link up and running for my monthly fundraiser, and the link is right below these videos. If you just click on the link, you can support the channel and that form or fashion as well. I appreciate it all. Now, go ahead, hit that like button. Buckle up for this ride, y'all, because here we go. Starting off with checking in on the creepy campaign, y'all. Let's catch up with the creepy campaign trail.
Hello, Virginia. And the real governor, Terry McAuliffe.
Who? He didn't get a lot of cheers.
It was a very tough night of election results for the Democrats and a major victory for the Republicans. In Virginia, let's start there. Republican Dwayne Youngkin beat Democrat Terry McAuliffe for governor.
Well, wait a minute. Why did Joe Biden just come out there and say, Virginia, the real governor of Virginia? Why did he mention Terry McAuliffe? Because I'm pretty sure Glenn Youngkin, is this election denial? That's what I'm wondering. Is he denying the election? Is he sowing doubt? Is he not accepting the results of the election? Wow. Where's Joe and Mika? Where is Nicole Wallace? Where is CNN? Where is Rachel Madcow? Because we're going to see them throughout my show tonight. Yeah, they're very vocal about every single thing else, but they're not vocal about this. Maybe it was just a Freudian slip that's forgiven by them. Forgiven by them. But if Trump, he makes one mistake, leaves a period off the end of a sentence or exclamation point or a question mark, they're all over it. Yeah, fact checking them all day long. So here's Joe trying to suggest that really it was Terry McAuliffe that really won.
And the real governor, Terry McAuliffe.
I am the last speaker before the big guy comes out.
Who's the big guy? The big guy.
The big guy comes out.
The big guy? Let's see who's this big guy he speaks of. Here we go.
Before we even knew Joe Biden was the big guy, before we even had the laptop, a Ukrainian businessman told an FBI informant that he bribed the big guy $5 million.
Oh.
He used the phrase "the big guy" when Joe was VP, years before the nickname went
Get out of
public.
here.
Why did the Ukrainian FBI government file refer to as the Why is that
Why did I ask such a dumb question?
Oh, so it's a dumb question. It wouldn't be a dumb question if they was asking Trump about his Ukrainian phone calls, or if they was asking Trump about, did your son Don Jr. speak to you about that? Yeah, it wasn't dumb then. Yeah, did you talk to Pootie? See, none of that's dumb when they are asking Trump these stupid questions constantly. I mean, are you a white nationalist? I mean, how do you feel about white nationalism? Do you love the Ku Klux Klan? Remember, what was that one chick? I forget her name. She asked one of the worst questions ever during a press conference. Does this White House support slavery? I forget her name. Black chick used to be in there, look like Miss Piggy. Yeah, the White House, and then Jim Acosta. Why you keep saying this an invasion, Mr. President? Why you keep saying it that? And I'm going, ugh. But here he is talking about, it's a dumb question. Really? I think it's a very important question. So what you're saying is the things that the American people are curious about and interested in is dumb to you, Joe. Don't be asking me about my personal life. You understand that? I will belittle you. That's a dumb question. Let's move on.
You know, I am the last speaker before the big guy comes out.
The big guy. Don't he look like an evil villain? I am the big guy. Everybody knows it. We all know you the big guy. Tony Bobolinsky came out. Bobolinsky came out and told everybody, oh, I know 100% that he's the big guy, but nobody questions him about it. Nobody bangs down his door and shows up at every press conference talking about Mr. Creepy. Can you please answer? Why would Tony Bobolinsky come out and say that you're the big guy? Why would all these whistleblowers come out and say that you're corrupt? Why would the Ukrainian president? Why did he come out and say what he had said on that microphone? See. They won't do that to him. So let's move on because he's skirting unabated through his little raggedy campaign with no real resistance.
Look, let me be clear about this.
What's this?
A great majority of our members will not vote for President Biden.
United States Auto? I bet you he don't like it because he's not a big Trump fan. Oh, yeah, I love when they have that egg on their face like, oh, man. Hello, darkness, my old friend. So let's see what the United Auto Workers are saying about Biden.
President Biden, yes, some will. But that's the reality of this. The majority of our members are going to vote their paycheck.
Meanwhile,
Should be built.
UAW. Look at him.
hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
I love it. I love it when he gets booed. I love it when the crowd comes out and they do stuff like that and throws him off. He don't know what to do with that. That man's not even built right now in his old age to deal with that type of adversity. So here they go off into their chant, UAW. What does he do? Just sit there with his fingers up. Like, what do I do? Jill, where are you at? Somebody send the Easter Bunny. Tom Cruise, use your witchcraft to get these hecklers off me. That man doesn't know what the heck to do. But let's continue because he's out on that campaign trail winning over votes.
My dad used to say. My dad used to say. No, my dad used to say. My dad used to say. My dad would say. My dad used to say. My dad used to say.
My daddy used to say, take your time, young man. My daddy used to say. What did your dad used to say, Joe? Spit that mess out. I hear this all the time. My dad, Joey. He said, Joey.
My dad used to say. My dad used to say. My dad used to say, look, this trickle-down economy.
Okay.
I never watched much of it trickle on my dad. My dad's trickle on my dad. My dad's.
Who? Trickle down, my dad. Okay, so maybe that was just a one-off. So he said, my dad instead of dad. Okay.
Trickle on my dad. My dad's kitchen table. And but the trickle-down economics didn't trickle down much on my dad's. Oh my God.
Uh-oh. Now see, once, shame on me. Twice, shame on him. So there you go. My dad. Now, why would you be making these type of gaffes? See, these are not common gaffes that Trump makes. These are common gaffes that he makes where he is inverting words. He's taking, syllables and just blending them all together in multiple words. He's taking the first letter of something that pops in his head and just put that letter on each word after that. I mean, just all kind of gaffes coming out of this man's mouth. And it's probably because the brain is not organizing these vocabulary words correctly like they used to do. The brain cells are blew out. They're all sitting around smoking on break. Cat calling the girls walking by. Hey, Toots, come here. Can I sniff your hair? What? Oh, we're in the middle of okay, all right. So did anybody come up with any words? Hey, forget about it. Hey, you forget about it. Brain cells up in there arguing. So that's why he's having a hard time coming up with good words. Gaps all over the place. But yet, the fake news is trying to tell us there's no comparison between Trump and Creepy Sleepy.
So my dad's kitchen table. That's our economic plan. Invest in America. Invest in American product. Build in America. That's what we call Bidenomics. Yeah. My professor...
Who?
Yeah, well, I won't get into my professor.
Could it be that he can't read that teleprompter? So he says, yeah, my professor. That shows that there's nothing about Joe that's genuine. Everything is written down. We all know this because, see, as they cover it up, we were there, guys, to see when they would come out with the little cards and stuff. They told me to call on the Frank from New York Times and then answering exactly what's on the card. I'm going to stick with the plan that I started, and we're going to stay the course. And I'm going, they even got you reading your answers, Joe, with your pre-scripted questions. All of this crap, and nobody notices this. They're still trying to say that Joe Biden's young, he's vibrant, that he's sharp, he's in control. Nothing about this man screams out control. In fact, it screams out chaos, lack of control, the opposite of control. So here we go. He's talking about his professor, I think he meant predecessor.
Well, look, my predecessor, though, he chose a different course. Hello, Wisconsin. From across the bay. Hello, Minnesota. Tim, thank you for the introduction. I got to meet his twins and his wife, and no wonder he's here. I tell you what, they're going to keep him here. Look, I'm honored to be...
What? That joke fell on deaf ears. No wonder he's here. See, bad jokes. Democrats can't even crack jokes. Their timing is off. See, misreading the audience, all of that crap. So here he is coming out talking about some, you know what, met his wife and daughter. No wonder he's here. What are you saying? What are you saying, Joe? Are you saying that they're so annoying that this man's probably like, thanks, Joe, for getting me out of here, man. One more night with the wife and kids. I was going to, boy, I can't stand being around him. Jokes like that. Yeah, don't jump. Stuff like that. Stupid stuff.
To be with the two best governors in America, in the United States of America today.
Awkward.
And by the way, we're still making 350% profit. It costs $10 to make it.
Settle down.
$10 to make it.
Settle down, baby.
You know that?
He's an angry little bugger. That's right. Right now, I'm tracking the wily and elusive angry little bugger entitled Creepy, Sleepy, Sleazy, Slimy, Sloppy Joe. Don't get too close to him. He might bite. He's an angry little bugger. So let's finish checking out the angry little bugger.
And so guess what? I got in a plane and went to South Korea. My staff wondered what the hell I was doing. I talked to the leader of South Korea. I said,
And what happened?
You have a thing called Samsung. You make a lot of these computer chips. Come to America.
Okay.
Well, not only they, but a total of $50 billion. $50 billion is coming to America, building factories in America.
Look at that face. I will be the only guy in there cracking up. I will be rolling while everybody's clapping. I'm like, oh, are you clapping out of laughter? I mean, because this is like we're watching a comedy show, right? You're clapping for what he said, not the fact that he's funny. Oh, maybe I'm in the wrong theater. Maybe I'm in the wrong, because I thought I was coming in there to see a comedy. That's the guy right there. $50 billion. 50. Unreal. He's scary. Very scary.
Don't mess with the men in America unless you want to get the benefit.
He has a way with words,
Yes, he does.
doesn't he, girls?
Don't mess with the men in America unless you want to get
I love that one. That's exactly how I feel when I listen to Joe. Sure. He's that person you just agree along with. You're not supposed to be taking Joe seriously. He's not supposed to be out there pretending to run the country right now. Because, I mean, that's how I would feel. I feel like I'm sitting in an elderly home and somebody's just rambling and you're over there doing a word puzzle and just, no. Oh, okay. You know, you're not supposed to be out here trying to run the country. And of course, you know, we always got people who come up with memes and little songs and stuff like that to really drive it home of what's going on with Creepy Sleepy. So here's a little campaign trail song. I forget who actually put this together. But let's hear what Joe has to say while he's on the campaign trail. He wrote a little ballad.
Black people can't get voter ID.
Yeah.
They don't have Wi-Fi like you and me.
Nope.
I call all Hispanic people it takes.
Yeah.
And you ain't black if you don't vote for me.
Yeah.
Trump will put your back in chains. I left the shower with my daughter to this very day. My son Hunter is a good kid. He is a genius. Throw guns in the trash and skin those on his. You can't go to a Dunkin' Donuts or even a 7-Eleven unless you have just the slightest of an Indian accent. I do not want my children growing up in the racial jungle and sharing a bus. I'm so sad that they closed Toys R Us, and I really miss Robert Byrd. He was my bud. I love sniffing children. I love Hillary Clinton.
Crooked.
I love spending billions of your tax dollars drawing, striking
Buildings.
Open up the border and let in the fentanyl. If you change your gender, we'll promote you to general. Want to work for senators, expose all your genitals. The girls with Stephen Hawking always ate all their vegetables. You can't go to a Dunkin'
Donuts.
or even a 7-Eleven unless you have just the slightest of an Indian accent. I do not want my children
Growing up.
in the racial jungle and sharing a
Bus.
I'm so sad that they closed Toys R Us, and I really miss Robert Byrd. He was my bud.
Thank you. Joe be playing her all
My dearest.
week. Oh, wait, what's this? What? A letter? Joe's writing a letter to somebody? Who's he writing this letter to?
My dearest Fanny, I'm writing to you from the backline bunker basement in the White House to remind you that orange mad bad. Also, it appears your fornication has not gone unnoticed. Fornication. That word should bring new meaning to all of us, considering that we are all f***ed in this next election if you do not put Trump in jail. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go start a war with Texas because I'm a little short on votes right now. Signed, your biggest fanny. Love, Joe. Go get him.
Signed, creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe. Which brings us into what we're going to be talking about tonight. That was wonderfully written by whoever is at the Benny Johnson show who created that meme right there. Because they are all effed if he gets back in office. I'm pretty sure something like that really went on. So now, guys, we go back down to that border. Still a standoff, y'all. Texas is holding the line. I appreciate what I'm seeing. Not only is Texas holding the line, but others are starting to join in. Woo-hoo-wee! Last night I complained. I said Ohio need to join into this. Let's see how many people done joined in behind Texas. So here we go, y'all. All Texas, baby. Look at it.
Well, I didn't think you had it in you.
And Biden?
I'm your huckleberry. Look like somebody just walked over your grave.
Biden has. That is exactly what's going on right now. They're like, man, we didn't expect this dude to straight up say, okay, fine. You know what? Y'all want to get the Supreme Court involved in this? They ain't going to side with us. Look, how about this? Come on down here and take this stuff down. Yeah, we're putting it up. In fact, I hear they're recruiting folks all around the United States. And I'm saying, am I too old? I don't know. I wonder. You know, they got a website. I'm thinking like, you know, can I go down there? So now it's a standoff. Let's see how this all plays out.
Has given Texas a 24-hour deadline to allow Border Patrol to remove the barbed wire or face consequences. Abbott said he will not be budging.
Yeah, damn right!
So far, 25 states have stood up with Texas and basically signed a letter to support the constitutional right to self-defense. You can see these here. The green here is that Arizona's deployed its National Guard along their own border. No support statement. So they have not given a support statement, but they have.
But they got their own National
Guard there. And the purple Kentucky has previously deployed the Guard there. And I'll just kind of read the states here: Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, Nevada, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Utah, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wyoming. So New Hampshire jumped in later this evening. So Trump actually came out. He posted on Truth Social here. Said, when I was president, we had the most secure border in our history. Yeah. Joe Biden has surrendered our border and in aiding and abetting a massive invasion of millions of illegal migrants into the United States. Instead of fighting to protect our country from this onslaught, Biden is unbelievably fighting to tie hands of Governor Abbott and the state of Texas so that the invasion continues unchecked. In the face of this national security, public safety, and public health catastrophe, Texas has rightly invoked the invasion clause of the Constitution and must be given full support to repel the invasion.
Absolutely. Because Biden and Mucus is a traitor. That's what they are. They are traitors to their country. So somebody said maybe that's Alaska. Yeah, I heard Alaska joined. So God knows who else is still in the chamber. I hope every single conservative state and governor joins with Texas. Every one of them. Because see, it's hard to overcome that amount. If it was just Texas on a solo mission, you know, but when you start saying, oh God, so if we roll up on Texas, there's other states we'd have to do the same thing to. Okay, maybe we should go ahead and say, fight's not with you, Texas. Maybe we should do that. Maybe they should come out and say, oh, we was just joshing. Maybe they should do that. But instead, what are they doing? Gave them a deadline. So now what? See, that's the question. So what now what? The deadline is passed, so I want to see what's happening.
We encourage all willing states to deploy their guards to Texas to prevent entry of illegals and to remove them back across the border. All Americans should support the common sense measures by Texas authorities to protect the safety, security, and sovereignty of Texas and of the American people. When I'm president on day one, instead of fighting Texas, I will work hand in hand with Governor Abbott and other border states to stop the invasion, seal the border, and rapidly begin the largest domestic deportation operation in history.
Word! Seal that mess up and start deporting them. Now, guys, since Trump done weighed in, What do y'all think the media had to say about all this? You know, they was waiting for Trump to get involved in this. See, if it would have just remained Abbott and some of the conservative states, you know, they would probably edge Trump on. Like, Mr. Trump, how do you feel about what's going on down in Texas? We need you to make a statement so we can twist your words, so we can add all kind of inferences, contexts to what you're saying. Say it's because you're a dictator and you're, totally against the Constitution. You're encouraging them to defy the Supreme Court justice. They loved the fact that Trump came in. They're not going to say what Trump said is actually rational, makes some sense. We do need to go ahead and stop this because it is an invasion. And regardless of what the Supreme Court ruled, Texas has a right to defend its borders because God knows that the Biden administration is not doing it. They're traitors. That's what they are.
That Biden has let in should not go get comfortable because they will be going home.
Yep. Damn right. You tell him again, Homer. Homer's on fire tonight. There it is. Yeah, I'm on fire. Dang right. So he got a point. Don't get comfortable. Y'all might as well go ahead and pack up them tents and them briefcases. Y'all saw my show last night where they was just coming right on through that little fence area. Having a fiesta down at the border. Yeah, we didn't watch my show where I've highlighted them up in their own little areas where they're confined to in New York, fighting, scrapping, people passing out because of the cold. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Help is coming. We're going to help you get back to warmer weather where you guys came from because you've been sold, a bag of beans, man, magical beans by the Biden administration. So now we will, if we retain, get the White House and the House and the Senate, we got a daunting task ahead of us. I mean, and that's something I would also volunteer to do. Help get people back to where they came from. You need people to process, I'm still young and vibrant. I might even bust into a house or two like, all right, look, everybody quiet, get up. How many of you are, come on, let's go. Where I'm with ICE. I ain't got no paperwork. I don't have a badge or anything. I'm a volunteer. Let's go. Sorry, you're not an American citizen. Love you, but you gotta go, man. You got to go. And it's sad that they invited all of these people over here, encouraged them, and still trying to do it. You know how bad this looks where you see a state trying to stop this catastrophe, and then you got the Biden administration doing everything they can to buck up against that state and make it easier with some lame excuses of why they need to tear down all of these things Texas are doing to try to slow the influx of all of these illegal immigrants. This is a bad look for the Biden administration. And if Republicans can hold the line and not buckle to the pressure and succumb to all of the negative press the media is going to give them, forget what the media got to say. Listen to your voters. That's what Republicans need to be doing right now. Listen to your voters, because I'm with you. I'm with every single Republican governor that's saying, hey, we are not going to bend on this one. And any people in the House or the Senate that ain't going to bend, I'm with them too. But we got some rhinos that ain't.
Governor Greg Abbott refusing to give up control of the Texas border to federal officials, ignoring the administration's deadline to get access to Shelby Park by keeping federal agents out. That deadline is today.
If I sat with you, I beg to differ, sir. We started a game we never got to finish. Play for blood, remember?
Play for blood, remember? See? Now all of a sudden, the bluff's been called. Mucus, that fight's not with you, Abbott. Oh, I beg to differ, sir. That little cigarette. Yeah, we started a game. So let's see how this game is.
Abbott is installing more razor wire following the Supreme Court's decision, allowing federal agents to remove it. Ooh. Texas now receiving support from 25 Republican governors, all backing Abbott's border actions while blaming the Biden administration for the crisis. Former President Trump wants to take it one step further, encouraging these states to deploy their National Guardsmen to Texas to prevent illegal crossings. Congresswoman, your reaction to these 25 states, this is half the country, and we should say that Governor Kristi Noem already says, absolutely, I will send our National Guard members down to the border.
That's what I need to hear. Kristi Noem's and others. Send them all. And I heard also through Dr. Twirly today that Texas got its own military. Did y'all know that? So even if Biden federalizes the National Guard, Texas got its own military. I'm like, oh, wow, we need one of those in Ohio. The way that our government rather, is operating, our federal government is operating, it makes you feel like really it's not our government. It's not the U.S. government. It's been co-opted by some folks that I'm saying, what chick hat? You saying that this ain't no chick hat? This is a cowboy hat. Know what you talking about? You crazy? Look at that. If it was a chick hat, it wouldn't fit my big old head. Now, get back to this. The way that they're operating and treating their American citizens makes me feel like they've been compromised, like they've been co-opted. I'm saying, is this America's government? Why would they be doing this? Why would they be, causing self-inflicted wounds? Everything they're doing is self-inflicted wounds. And I'm saying to myself, you got to be kidding me. Everybody sees that you're doing this to yourself, and the question becomes, why? See, that's the real question. Why? So let's go ahead and see, because this lady right here has a theory.
I'm asked.
Texas is trying to defend its border against a lawless president, a Department of Homeland Security head, Mayorkas, who are refusing to actually implement the laws of the United States, which is what part of the basis for the impeachment of both Joe Biden and Mayorkas is about. And I think it was pointed out recently by our speaker that 64 different laws, whether they're executive orders or changes of our administrative laws by Mayorkas, is what has caused this problem at the border.
Wow. There you go. So this lady right here is smart. She said, oh, yeah, you want to know what's causing this influx? 60-something laws that the Biden administration has changed through executive orders or just mucus waking up one day. No, we're not going to do that. Forget stay in Mexico. We're going to change the asylum requirements. We're going to go ahead and have apps opened up where people can just log onto the app, and we're going to send down folks into other countries to go ahead and register these people, encourage them to come to the U.S., stuff like that. Activists down there. We're going to increase judges, increase people to go ahead and process these people in. We're not going to do one thing that will slow them down. We're not even going to require them to stop in the first country that they come to. And yet they're not giving us any reason why that doesn't work. When Senator Kennedy was asking him, why not do that? That's not a part of our, and why not? See, you're not able to give me a rational response and answer to why not make these people stop in the first country that they get to. Could it be that you don't want that? You want them to blow through every single country to get to our border. So now the most practical, rational, way to stop this, the best solution, the easiest solution, is being overlooked. You guys want to jump over the most easiest solutions and jump into the most difficult ones. We need more money to process them. We need more money to get them shipped out into the country. We need them to get more jobs quicker. We need all of these things. This lets you know that there's a bigger motive behind what these crooks are up to. It's the same thing when it comes down to gun confiscation. You're going to jump over the most easiest solution and go to the most difficult one. Easiest solution to stop these random gun shootings, put armed guards in front of the schools. It's less schools and less armed guards than it is the manpower it would take to go across the whole country and try to confiscate everybody's AR-15 or, long rifle. Way more difficult to do that. But that's their solution. That's their solution. Because it's not really what they want. They're not trying to stop what goes on at these schools and these soft target places. No, they're trying to stop people with these guns because they might just go down to Texas and say, we're not going to take it. They might just say, you know what? If the National Guard gets federalized, hey, we'll come and help. See, this is what they don't want. And that's why they always come up with these crazy over-the-top solutions that reveal their motive. When all you got to say, now wait, instead of doing that, wouldn't it be more easier to do? No, actually it won't. Now you got to look stupid trying to tell everybody why the most practical solution doesn't make sense. So instead of stopping these people from coming and saying, stay in your own country, stop at the first country, stay in Mexico, you only have 2 reasons to come and apply for asylum. Instead of doing that, your solution is give us more money to process them and get them in here quicker. Oh boy. You know this topic, y'all. I can go on and on and on and on.
We had laws in place under President Trump that were working, and yet this
crook
president decided to roll them back simply because they were rules, it seems to me, by Donald Trump.
Thanks, Congresswoman. Yeah, trying to figure out, you mentioned how the president doesn't want to solve this problem, and I'm trying to figure out why. You know, we showed that graphic with the 25 Republican governors opposing him. If it was a secret ballot, you might get 50. Why is this not in his interest to solve this problem?
Why?
I just don't get it.
You know,
someone tell me why. Why? So let's see what her answer is to why the Biden administration, for some reason, y'all, they don't want to really solve this. They don't want to solve it. But according to the fake news, they're going to try to say that it is the Republicans and Trump who don't want to solve it. So let's see.
No, that is the $64,000. Maybe in this era, it's the $64 billion question. They're putting us at risk as our economy. Number one, you're taking resources away from everyday Americans. We are spending billions of dollars for people who did not earn those living. And I think the Democrats have a lust for authoritarianism. There
you go. See, now she's starting to say, yeah, this doesn't make sense. This right here is totally an irrational decision when you step back and you say, okay, what would be the real motive for them allowing this? Knowing that this is hurting our country. Because see, if you were to take away a more sinister motive and simplify it and say, number one, do you think they're doing this because of the kindness of their own heart? These politicians, these folks are evil, corrupt, stingy, power hungry, money hungry. If they felt that by bringing these illegal immigrants in serve no benefit, do you think that would override their greed? You think they would be sitting back on, well, even though it serves no benefit, in fact, it might hurt my pockets, my status, my safety. It's all about making sure they have a better life. None of these corrupt Democrats and rhinos are that kind-hearted. They're not humanitarians. They're not out here doing this because of the love and all of that stuff in their heart. It has to be another motive. So now you start breaking that down and simplifying it and saying, okay, if their pockets were being tapped and they weren't able to spend everybody else's money on this, do you think they'd still do it? No. This next thing, if their homes and environments were being invaded, do you think they would still do this? No. Number 3, if they felt that all of these illegal immigrants coming here would eventually become Republican voters, do you think they would still be doing this? No. All of those right there, if you're honest with yourself, no, no, no. So now you got to ask yourself, since it ain't out of the kindness of their heart, why would they be doing this? What could be the incentive? Because surely it ain't love. No, it's not that. It has to be something else. See? And they're trying to say all of these other things to get us to say, well, yeah, that makes sense. They're doing it because of this and that, and they can't stop these people. Do you understand? They would say, I don't care what problems you have going on in your own country. Stay there if it didn't benefit them. They will be going, that ain't got nothing to do with us. Nobody is that stupid to say we here are protecting our family. We got limited resources, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to allow all of these people to come in and tap the resources, put our family in danger. Nobody's that stupid to do it. So therefore, these people are not protecting the family. They're greedy enough to say whatever happens to American citizens and however it impacts us, so what? Because I got a bigger motive and agenda. It's going to benefit us to a degree where, we ain't going to worry about what it's going to do to the black neighborhoods and the Latino neighborhoods and to the economy and all of that. So we can't get no time to worry about that. It's something bigger down the line that we're shooting for. And this lady right here is about to call it out.
Are so close to total control of our federal government. They're 2 seats away, and authoritarianism, which they always project, by the way, oh, Trump's an authoritarian, or the Republicans are authoritarians, or the MAGA Republicans are lawless. Everything they project that they claim that the Republicans are doing, they're doing themselves and are worse. I guess it's to register more voters under the Green Light Law, by the way.
Either from Democratic
I hate to be so cynical to say that. I founded the Election Integrity Caucus, and I know but in New York, they have changed the rules to really just take advantage of our voting system. You know, we have no integrity left in New York's law. We have an octogenarian in the White House who makes statements he shouldn't make, and I think he's blurted out statements that have become public, like, oh, we have a crisis at the border, and he's admitting it while staff tries to roll it back. And
oh yeah, they got to clean that mess up. So she just went ahead and said, man, you know what, forget this mess. I ain't gonna Putin fart around it. I'm not gonna go round and round that mulberry bush. I'm about to go ahead and jump all the way in it and say it's to register future voters. Reach out to these people, make them think we're on your side. Yeah, and let's go ahead and allow this to happen, destabilize the country, weaken the country, water it down so the majority vote can never really vote us out. And then who knows? We give enough of these people amnesty, citizenship, and we might be able to even recruit them to fight against, just in case. Recruit them, give them a good job to go ahead, door to door, to get those AR-15s, because surely American-born soldiers are going to say, wait a minute, I don't think we should be doing this. This right here don't go against the Constitution. But somebody who maybe don't have an attachment and love for the country, maybe some people who don't really have the patriotism, they might just take the money and take the job and say, yeah, well, I'm here in America. They're paying us. These guys don't want to do it. I'll do it. I mean, who knows? What could become of all of these 20, 30 million illegal immigrants that's here if they just suddenly say you all have amnesty? Now, that would immediately change America as we know it. If they gave, in fact, I was listening to somebody today, and they were saying how China had a plan if they ever had to invade Russia. Very simple plan. Overwhelm their border. Not with soldiers, but with just people who surrendered. In other words, kind of like refugees. Said the first day they would send 1 million people there with hands up. What is Russia going to do? Shoot them? Now, Putin might be like, I see the tactic. Don't worry. Mother Russia, kill them all. You know, who knows? But they would send 1 million folks, hands up. Now you got to be bogged down with processing, locking these people. Next day, another million. Then the third day, another million. Now you got all of your soldiers, all of your resources tied up. We're trying to jail these people, put them in this camp, this and that. Big fat distraction. So now we look at our border. We're bringing in millions and millions of people like this, overwhelming our border patrol. And this is what we're getting. We're getting a big fat invasion. And along with these people coming in, we got folks from China. We got folks from Russia. God knows who else. Because remember, we got 1.8 million gotaways that we know of.
And deconflict what he said. So I do think, and I hate to be cynically me, says Mr. Freeman, I think there is an element of let's get these people in, let's make them voters, let's make sure that we win them over. And I think that is, I mean, it's hard not to believe that's part of what they're doing.
Very hard. In fact, that's the number one motive in my head. When I think of it, if you could see the bubble above my head, I'm thinking votes. There it is. I think even votes are more important than the cheap labor, because we got enough people for cheap labor at this point. And we got enough illegal immigrants up here for cheap labor. Right about now, they're going, we still got too many stinking, nasty, dirty patriots out there that are going to vote against us. We need to change that. That's what we need. See, and they don't care if all the jobs are taken up. And all the illegal immigrants are saying, well, we done fulfilled the job requirements. What about the rest of the 20 million that's hanging out? Don't care if they get jobs or not. Don't care if they take up space, tax dollars, whatever. All we need is voters. We will actually use federal funds, and create a welfare state to take care of these people as long as these people continue to vote for us. We will duplicate what we have done in the hood with so many black people who are dependent on the government right about now. That's what we'll do if we need to. We'll take care of them with your taxpayer dollars so that they then will become loyal to us and will vote for us just like the majority of inner city black neighborhoods. They ain't fooling me, man. Let's continue.
But I think it's all part of a mass destruction of our country and our framework. And I think that's part of it as well.
Yeah, damn right.
Thank you, Homer. Oh, the left. Ooh,
They won't touch it. They don't want to solve this problem. They want to use it for political purposes. And again, I say this as a border state governor who has to introduce me to this issue with the largest port in the Western Hemisphere.
Wow. You see Gavin Newsom coming out talking about the Republicans don't want to solve this. He's offended, y'all. Let's see what he got to talk about here. Let me see something here. Okay, let's see what Newsom is saying. Because he's really the real Manchurian candidate right here. He's probably lurking in the back like, okay, is it time for me to announce? Is it time for me to announce? Because, Creepy is on his way out. So let's see what he got to say about it.
In the state of California. We live this. And I think it is a disgrace.
A disgrace?
What the Republican Party is doing, what Donald Trump is doing. And this is hidden in plain sight. He sent out a tweet or some truth, whatever, saying, kill it. And these guys are so weak. It's so pathetically weak. This Republican Party and the new speaker said, oh, yes, sir, what else would you like us to do? We don't care about America. We don't care about our freedoms and liberties. We care about politics exclusively.
He's talking a big game. You see the slime ball? You see the slimy used car salesman nuisance out here talking about the Republicans are weak, feckless, they're weak, they succumb to all Trump's demands, and Trump said kill it, and they're like, yes, I'll kill it. Well, yeah, kill it. I'll be darned if the Republicans go ahead and tap out to this raggedy bill that will give us nothing. This is one of the things you don't even need to negotiate. You got all the chips. Americans are fed up with illegal immigration. Biden is doing nothing about it. And if you don't get all of your demands, why negotiate? It can only get worse for Biden. And if you package it right and you sell it to the American people and expose what these people are doing and what's in that bill, which it kills me because the Republicans seem to they don't know how to do stuff, man. How about you say the Biden administration claims that the Republicans don't want to sign a bill that will, be an immigration reform bill. However, what they're not mentioning is in that bill, it would not do anything to stop immigration. In fact, it would bam, 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 bam. Bullet points. That's all you got to do. Drop that commercial out there into some of these neighborhoods in these cities that are going, yeah, these folks are all in my neighbor. That's what they up to. Because see, what they're not doing is mentioning what's in this bill. Gavin the Newsom is not breaking down the fact that the bill would allow 5,000 folks a day to still come into our country. The bill ain't gonna build no walls. It ain't gonna have border security sending folks back. It ain't gonna require them to stay in Mexico. It ain't gonna change up none of these raggedy policies. This bill is gonna do everything except for stop or slow down the illegal immigrants for coming. So it's a worthless bill. And they want to pretend that, hey, let's go ahead and sign this garbage. And if y'all don't sign this bill, then y'all don't really want to fix immigration. Give amnesty to everybody. All of that. And so Trump is right. Don't sign it. Man, I'm telling you, if these Republicans do it, if they do it.
At the expense of the American people. Because all we care about is winning for winning's sake. That is shameful.
Well, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black?
As record-breaking numbers of migrants flood the southern border, California is offering health care to some living in the state illegally.
What?
Illegally.
At the expense of the American people.
Today, a historic expansion of California's Medicaid program takes effect, allowing more than 700,000 illegal immigrants to sign up, costing the state over $3 billion.
Holy mackerel. Did y'all hear that? That's the California way. Yeah, you see that big fat hypocrite. So his state, he want, I guess, the whole United States to fund all these illegal immigrants. There you go. If we let that guy become president, or if we listen to that guy, all of our tax dollars will be funding things not only like their health care, but guess what else they're funding out there?
A year. That is shameful.
I got a bad feeling about
Oh,
this.
this is bad. California state health insurance to cover what? Sex changes for illegal immigrants. Oh, man. You cannot make this bull crap up. This is nothing but 100% pure shite. Boy. So let me get this straight. You got mucus talking about that. Make sure that you honor their pronouns and do not use Mr. or Mrs. That you do not want to upset any of our precious illegal immigrants. And then you got Gavin and Newsom say, and when they get there, if they want to get their genitals chopped off, so, you know, become a transformer, yeah, man or woman in disguise. Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll cover that on tax dollars, dimes. This is crazy, man. I don't see how people in California stay there. They need to all pack up and bounce, but don't bring your ideas and stuff with you. Don't bring the liberalism with you. I mean, I'm just shocked that they're still hanging in there with this guy. They had him on the ropes with the recall. But hey, blew it. So maybe they need to stick it out until it just collapses and implodes. See, so now they're willing to give these folks sex change operations. Unbelievable. It's all on you guys out there in California. Don't forget that, though. Unreal. And here he is talking about this is shameful.
Oh, yes, sir. What else would you like us to do?
Cut it off. Oh my God, I hope no one is
Send in the rhinos. Send in the rhinos.
trying to take this away for campaign purposes.
Some
Trump is not trying to take this away for campaign purposes. He's trying to take it away because of stupid purposes. Because it's a stupid bill. It's a bill that only gives the Democrats some talking points to say, look, we got it done. We went ahead and somehow passed the bipartisan bill. We got a comprehensive immigration reform done. We passed it. That's all it does. And the Republicans were sitting back going, we got nothing out of it. We didn't. Somebody said I'm buffering. If I'm buffering, just hit that refresh, Sue. See if that takes care of it. Yeah, but nonetheless, all Republicans would be sitting back saying is we got nothing out of it, that we were able to fund Ukraine with it, but we don't live in Ukraine, and that ain't helping Americans. What else we get out of it? That we kind of slowed down the immigration coming in, but we really didn't, even though they said only 5,000 people a day. That's not including the gotaways, though. That's not stopping. That's, this, you think they're going to still limit it and manage it as 5,000 illegals coming in per day? First of all, that's still a lot. That's like over 1 million illegal immigrants a year. But nonetheless, even with that being said, do you think they're going to turn away folks after 5,000? They have not done anything to slow down or stop or discourage these people. They're doing everything to encourage them. Even when it comes down to removing the barbed wire, we don't want nothing to slow these people down. So you think if 20,000 show up in a day, they're going to be like, hey, rest of you all spend a night, only 5,000 a day. They would say, process them all. Hurry up, because we're running out of time before Trump comes in.
Republicans backing a Senate border deal are expressing frustration. That's after former President Donald Trump urged his party to reject it.
I don't doubt that he wants a perfect deal, so do I on it. But we've got to be able to figure out how to be able to do something right now.
No, we don't. We can sit back and ride this thing out. We can sit back and say, I'm not doing nothing, man, okay? All right? This is so bad, man. I told you, I don't make no deal, okay? That's what we should be doing. Let them go ahead and burn their own bridge. The people are on your side. Sit back and ride it out. Hold the line.
Trump says passage would let Democrats share the political win.
I just reject the idea that we should reserve a crisis for a better time to solve it.
No, that's not it. Because see, with this bill, you're not going to solve it. These are dummies, man. These are rhinos. What are they talking about? These are senators. The people in the Senate's blew out anyway. It's blew out anyway. Our Senate is done. So here they are suggesting that we need to move on this. For what? Ukraine? Huh? That's the only real issue. I think the senators are more interested in funding Ukraine, sending money to Israel, in addition to the amount that we already send. But I don't know. Other than that, I'm thinking, why would you sign this deal? You're talking about a crisis that's going on right now. You won't even put a dent in the crisis. You'll only fund the crisis, you dummies. Boy, they better not do this, man. They better hold the line. And if they pass some garbage in the Senate, the House better not co-sign it.
Hardline House Republicans already say they don't want to compromise. New obstacles mean the bumpy path to a deal might be at a dead end.
They're saying, hey, to protect President Trump, we need to make sure we don't vote on this.
Polls show immigration is the top issue for GOP voters. Now a border bill might not be possible this year. It could take even longer if Republicans don't win total control of the government. And
I don't care how long it takes. It could take 100 zillion, quadrillion, billion years. No, you don't co-sign for these people to continue destroying the border. Boy, I tell you, man. So, Abbott, hold it down. See, I'm telling you right now, even if these stupid behind Republicans sign some stupid bill, hold it down. It got to get to a point, man, where the states just take this matter into their own hands. Where they're like, I don't care what these politicians up in Washington say or do. We're being affected by it. At this point, man, it might have to go back to the, you know what, the federal system. We're all that. We're conceding. What is it? Receding, conceding or receding? I forget. From the union. Forget the actual concede. Yeah, I think it's conceding from the union. Wait, receding? Anyway, getting out of the union. Let's continue.
Still won't compromise. That is, unless Democrats meet all their demands.
And we know.
In Texas, Governor Greg Abbott says he's fed up. He's ordering further deployment of razor wire along parts of the Rio Grande, despite a Supreme Court ruling that lets border control take it down. Abbott cites a constitutional right to rally troops.
Thank y'all. Seceding. I knew y'all help me out. I was like, I know it's something about seating. Is it conceding? Conceded? I didn't want to have a Joe Biden moment. Yeah, so now, look at this. Oh, so regardless of what the stupid people up in Washington are doing, Abbott's like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and put some more slinkies up. We're going to go ahead and put some more of these floating, whatever these things are in the river, slow some folks down. And come down here and take it down. If you're froggy like that, jump.
During invasions.
The standoff. Come on, Biden. Come on.
You're no Daisy.
You're no Daisy.
You're no Daisy.
You're no Daisy, mucus.
Poor soul. You were just too high strung.
Too high strung.
Well, you know.
Yeah, man. Secession. That's another word. Yeah, secession. So y'all see, that's what Abbott's all about. He's like, come on, Biden. You're no Daisy. You're no Daisy at all. Yeah. He's like, I'm your Huckleberry. Calling their bluff. So we going to see if the Biden administration is going to say, well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to send a whole bunch of troops down there to invade Texas to force them to do it. Oh, man, that would be a bad move. I think at the end of the day, somebody said piranhas. Yeah, we need to put all kinds of stuff out there. Drop a couple pit bulls. Just let them roam free like when I was growing up in the hood. Folks didn't have to keep the dogs on leashes. Just drop them over on the other side of the fence to roam around. Some rattlesnakes sprinkled in there. And just mess up the whole ecosystem by dropping some scorpions and some, king cobras over there. They'd be like, oh, wait, aren't you about to mess up the ecosystem? It doesn't matter. Right now, we got to slow this mess down. Couple Komodo dragons. Somebody said leeches. Yeah, we want some great whites swimming around in that mug right there. If we have to pour table salt in the water over there just to make sure they can survive. I don't care. Couple mad monkeys, drop a couple big feet over there. Everything. I want to throw everything down there on that border to keep these folks from coming, man. So then be like, hey, don't blame us. It's the environment. They can't get through all of these random, wild, exotic animals. There you go. Let's continue because Joe and Mika, they got their own take on what's going on because they're blaming Trump for controlling the Republicans and stopping this wonderful bill from being passed.
Washington, of course, the big question is whether the Republicans are going to stab you, keep stabbing Ukraine in the back, stabbing Israel in the back. And
forget about stabbing the Americans in the back, right? Here you are, you big fat sellout, you and your nasty stinking wife, up here talking about some the Ukraine in the back, the Israel in the back, and I'm going, what about the Americans that are getting stabbed in their back, you dummy? It makes me so mad when I hear them bring up other countries and their issues. Right now, we got folks that are homeless in our cities, and you're talking about stabbing Ukraine in the back. Unbelievable, these fools.
And calling for open borders until Donald Trump is the president of the United States.
Now, you see these lies? You see the spin, the deception, calling for open borders. Now, do you think that the Republican Party is calling for open borders after they have been accusing the Biden administration for having open borders? You see the spin? See, if you don't watch us conservatives point this stuff out, you'll fall for this garbage. See, this is the spin that they put on this, man. You know, and the sad part is all of their viewers who probably 100% watch them for their source of information have no idea that the Republicans have presented a real bill that would stop this, and the Democrats are like, nah, for some reason, they don't want to accept that. They don't want their bill being passed because that bill would actually stop the problem. See, so now this guy's talking about they want open borders, even though their bill would close the borders, but not the Biden's bill.
The lead editorial in the Wall Street Journal
Who cares about the Wall Street Journal?
A GOP border reckoning, where it says
propaganda?
Giving up on the border, a security bill would be a self-inflicted GOP wound. President Biden would claim with cause that Republicans want border chaos as an election issue.
And nobody will believe that. Yeah, y'all trying to convince who? Us or yourself? So if they don't pass this, it'll be a President Biden's win. That he would claim that the Republicans are not doing anything. They want chaos at the border. Nope. There's already chaos at the border. There's already chaos at the border. Somebody said, make crocodiles great again. Absolutely. Yo, man, I'm telling y'all hilarious, man. That's right. I throw all kind of stuff over there. Dang on it. Crickets, cockroaches. Stuff that cockroaches are in my shoes. Everything. I'll be like, all right, what else can we throw in there? A big gumbo pot of animals. But nonetheless, here's this man talking about some Biden would win. He would win, y'all. He'd be saying that the Republicans want chaos at that border. More chaos than it already is. All of the video footage of thousands of people sitting there on the lawn waiting to be processed. Lines of people sneaking through gates, people sneaking through fences, people, coming across rivers, all of that. And you're trying to say that we would want chaos at the border. No, you don't want to be confronted and be held accountable for the chaos you've caused at the border. So you're running a psyop by using these propaganda resources of yours to try to make it and flip it and make it seem like this issue that I'm going to lose on because it's been almost 3.5 years of us allowing this chaos to exist without no solutions. I'm going to take it to the chin on this. So I got to spin this mess, hoping that the American people won't realize who's responsible for this. So let's finish hearing this spin.
Rather than solving the problem. The House funded negotiations before Christmas on the theory that Ukraine could hang on until February without a fresh weapons infusion. Now another month has passed. The U.S.
Ukraine needs to pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. They need to let it go. Looks like another war. TKO. Let it go. You're not doing Ukraine a service. There's not going to be any men left in Ukraine if they keep just saying, all right, we're going to keep funneling this war. All right, what's the average age now? 67. Okay, that's the average soldier right there. The youngest one is 67. What's the oldest? Joe Biden's age. What? So what are y'all doing? I cannot understand. It's funneling money. It got to be. It got to be funneling money somewhere else. Something else. See, remember, it's never the kindness of the heart. With these Republicans and Democrats in this case, there's something else going on. You can't tell me it's just because y'all really believe that Ukraine is going to beat Russia. It got to be some kickback somewhere, some money getting funneled in somewhere. Something is going on with this whole Ukraine thing because they are sold on it. They are hell-bent on funneling money to them, and I'm saying it's over. Let that mess go. America is not buying into this. Nobody wants to see the money go. Why are y'all robbing the American people of what they want? They don't want their money being sent to funky Ukraine. Now, I ain't got no problem with Ukrainians. I'm saying funky because the leadership over there is also involved in this. You think the little midgets over there, and he's just, yes, I'm very, upfront and very, upstanding, and my motives are pure. And no, the midget's up to something too. I don't trust him running around the world asking for money. So, yeah, let's continue with these lies.
This is careening into a moment of growing dangers around the world. Both a tighter border and a vote for a stable Europe are in American interest. Better to act now than fail and live with the consequences. They're just saying outright what a lot of Republicans were saying on the Hill yesterday, which is, this is reckless. You've got Donald Trump saying, let fentanyl flood across the border and kill Americans over the next year.
What? Do you hear this? Do you hear how corrupt these evil stinking men? These folks are straight CIA, deep state operatives, man. I mean, they are straight prostituted by the Democrat Party. They own them. So now he's coming out. You got Donald Trump saying, let fentanyl just keep flying across the border. They were not worried about fentanyl these last 3 years. You didn't hear them pressuring the Biden administration not one bit to shut down that border. Now that it's a campaign issue, all of a sudden they're worried about the fentanyl. Yeah, they weren't worried about all the parents that would come up to the Capitol and talk about how their kid was impacted by the fentanyl. They didn't cover none of that. Now they're trying to suggest to you that Trump does not care about all of the fentanyl. And in every speech he talks about that border, he brings up the fentanyl, the cartel, the death, all of that. And now these fools got the nerve to get up there and try to make you think Trump doesn't care about that. He does care about that because he's saying if y'all sign this bill, it will not stop the fentanyl from coming across the border. He is not going to mention any of the actual pieces of this bill that the Democrats want to get passed because he knows these policies will not stop the fentanyl. It's not going to stop the flow of immigrants. It's not going to discourage them. It's not going to provide any barriers. It's not going to do anything but encourage them to continue to come. But here he is trying to say that he must want fentanyl coming across the border. Well, what in this bill will stop it? That's the question, but he don't want to mention what's in this bill.
Illegal immigrants keep flooding over the border. Let's not have a solution. I mean, this whole Donald Trump idea that keeping the border open is a winner for Republicans strikes the Wall Street Journal. And
see, keeping the border open. So now you are admitting that the border's open, huh? See, there. So now all of a sudden you want to flip this and think we won't catch it. You think we're going to say, well, yeah, Trump should go ahead and tell them to go ahead and sign this garbage bill that will only do nothing but increase more immigrants. It will not stop them, slow them down, or anything. And this fool think we won't catch it. Now, he knows that his viewers, they won't catch it. They won't catch it. And I'm saying, Trump, you're right. And I hope every single Republican is going, even if we don't like Trump, the people do. And the people are not on this illegal immigration crap. So we better not mess around and sign this garbage bill.
most sane Americans is just just crazy.
Most sane Americans, it's crazy. So now let's get into just how fake the news is. We just saw it. We just saw MSNBC with Joe and Mika get up here and try to flip this narrative. We saw it. See, and remember this, guys?
There is a cost to us as a news organization of knowingly broadcasting untrue things.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel Madcow. See, because I think there should be a cost. We just saw an untrue thing. Here we go.
Fake, disgusting news. He has now won both of the early primary contests by double digits,
baby.
barring any massive disruptions to the status quo, a health scare, a criminal conviction.
All of it
just becomes more and more likely we are going to be living through another long campaign featuring the man that I and millions of other Americans consider to be an existential threat to American democracy. That's where we are.
Man, this dude's so fake. Every single person on their network is an actor. Joe and Mika, over the top, so dramatic. Rachel Madcow, Joy, all of them. So now this guy's talking about he hates covering Trump. He hates it, y'all. And millions of Americans, they look at him as an existential threat.
We are. And while I get it, believe me, I really get it.
Y'all see that acting top? And while I get it, believe me, I really get it. Do you think he's sincere? You think this little snotty nose, wet behind the ears, whippersnapper really is sincere? Boy, I tell you, he would have been giving me his lunch money if he went to my school. Hey, Beaker, come over here. Give me your lunch money.
That hearing about Trump nonstop for the 9th solid year is painful, excruciating even. I do hold the slightly controversial position that Donald Trump is undercovered in the main and the aggregate by the media, and that the media, all of us, should be talking about him more.
Oh, so now remember my show last night where I showed y'all the old lady? This is their new tactic now. See, I always have to reveal their funky tactics so we'll always be up on the latest shenanigans. So we just watched the old lady from, National Lampoon's Vacation last night on the show where she was talking about the media needs to cover him more harshly. And they've been too kind to him, and they've made the Republican Party look like they were a legitimate party and all of that garbage. Now he's coming out parroting the same thing. So they are warming up their audience so that their audience don't become a little suspicious of why they are relentlessly obsessed with covering Donald Trump. It couldn't be because they are paid operatives and they are working for the deep state. No, it's because we legitimately have a concern for the American people, and we really believe Donald Trump is an existential threat. We're not campaign members of the DNC just trying to stop Trump from winning. No, we're not that. We are legitimately covering real news in such a negative way that it is extremely clear that they work for the DNC and the deep state. And it's amazing to me that the people who watch them, they probably go, yeah, give me more of that I hate Trump stuff. They don't catch it. They don't say, wow, I've been watching this for 3 hours straight, and all I heard was Trump's white nationalist, Trump's taking over the country, Trump did this, Trump did. They don't catch it. Something don't kick in and say, that's a lot of Trump hate coverage.
Donald Trump is undercovered.
Undercovered. Well, let's look. Oh, look at that. Their last 100 uploads. I wonder how many of these uploads talk about Trump. So out of 100 uploads at MSNBC. Yes. That's it. Wow. 80 out of 100 videos have Trump in the title or the thumbnail. But I'm tired of covering Trump. He doesn't get enough negative coverage. We don't cover him enough. 80% is not good enough. We want to bump that up to 100. And I'm sure it probably is, because even the thumbnails that don't have Trump or the titles that don't have Trump in it, I guarantee you, whatever they're talking about, somewhere along that line, they're going to slide in some Trump. Just like when they interview anybody, any Republican, you're running for presidency. That's good. I'm glad to hear that, Nikki Haley. So we want to ask you, do you support Trump and all of his white nationalism and his racism and all the things he said?
I do hold the slightly controversial position that Donald Trump is undercovered in the main and the aggregate by the media, and that the media, all of us, should be talking about him more.
More Trump.
That's all you do!
All you do.
Again, this is what I do for a living. This is my one precious life. I've been doing this for 9 years, right? I get that paying attention to Donald Trump is painful. For lack of a better word, it sucks, okay? I've been doing it since 2015.
Does he sound believable, guys? Should we go ahead and believe him? Or do we need Tom from Tom and Jerry? Don't you believe him? He is so transparently fake, trying to go ahead and create this narrative that, I hate it. I hate doing this. They wake up salivating every day to go out there and trash Trump.
And believe me when I say that I want nothing more than to never have to talk about him again.
And believe me when I say that I want nothing more than to never have to talk about him again.
I don't believe you.
Me either. Me either. Oh, what's this?
Good evening from New York, I'm Chris Hayes. So Donald Trump's closing arguments to voters in New Hampshire.
What? Look at that stupid face. So there you go. After coming out telling everybody I hate doing this, you know what? Trust me, it makes me very painful. It's painful every day to wake up and the next day came right out and ran it back. Interesting. But remember, guys, there's a cost. There's a cost to promoting fake news. And wait until you see this long line of fake news in the montage we're going to close out with. Watch this.
People speak out loudly and clearly. Of course, we don't know what November of 2024 will look like, but we do know here in the months preceding November that Republican elected officials around the country, despite these trials and despite the allegations and despite a jury found...
Okay, here's another Trump hit piece. This one, guys, this hit piece is with the crazy blonde chick who Trump now has to funnel money because the DNC and all their donors have been paying for her to sue Trump and all of these stupid accusations and stuff. They done changed up the laws in New York so she can go after Trump after 30 some years. You know, they done did everything they can to try to muddy Trump and say he's a sexual assaulter. So let's see if they're going to give some real truthful, non-biased news and coverage about this, because surely they want to redeem themselves. We just saw some lies come out of MSNBC.
Him to have sexually abused E. Jean Carroll. They will continue to stand by him, and the Republican electorate so far looks like they are eager to do so.
So now, this guy is saying all of us millions and millions of voters will continue to stand by Trump, all these Republicans, and in spite of him being accused of sexual assault for Eugene Carroll, the crazy lady. So we're supposed to go, he did what to this crazy lady a long time ago? Oh, no. I can't tolerate that. But I can't tolerate creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy, slurry Joe that has the nerve to say, didn't do nothing to Tara Reid. I don't even remember. I don't know why she's accusing me of something like this. Well, can we go and look at these archives? No, you don't want to unlock those archives. It'll show that she really did make a complaint. So they're okay with that. Yeah, they're okay with overlooking Tara Reid. There's no Me Too for her, even though her story is way more accurate and documented than Eugene Carroll's. It seemed like she just pulled this mess right out of her butt, out of midair. But yet they want to say that Trump's a sexual assaulter. Now we should all abandon him. We should abandon him.
So as well.
Well, and the fascinating thing is, Chris Matthews and Vaughn pointed it out, it's not a witch hunt.
It's not a witch hunt?
It's not in the media. It's in the jury. It's a jury of his peers. A jury of his peers, whether it's in New York, that found him guilty of sexually abusing E. Jean Carroll.
Okay, so the message now coming out of these, stinking people right here is to their audience, hey, just in case you think this is a witch hunt, all of these stupid charges, one after another, is all a witch hunt, because Trump always says that. And see, we have to counter whatever narrative Trump says. So just in case you might think all of this is a witch hunt, look at this. He's being judged by a jury of his peers in where? Washington, D.C.? Where? In New York? Very liberal cities and states and stuff like that, where he's not going to get no fair trial. But jury of your peers just mean what? Americans, period. It doesn't matter what demographic, what, most of these people believe in general. If that was the case, how about just go ahead and try him down there in Florida or somewhere? That's my question. Why you want everything done in New York and DC and stuff like that? But he don't want to mention that to his audience, so he's trying to go ahead and disarm them by saying, don't be thinking that this is a witch hunt, because Trump do say that, because it really is.
That's not a witch hunt. That's a jury. It's not a witch hunt when you have a judge saying that what he did would be defined as rape anywhere else.
Don't feel like a victim.
I was not thrown on the ground and ravished, which the word rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not This was not sexual.
There she is.
It hurt.
But I think most people think of rape as it is a violent
most sane people.
assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
What?
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
We're just going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
That's the person we're supposed to abandon. Trump for this chick. You see Pooper? Pooper didn't know what to do with it. She sounded like Joe Biden. Or Nancy Pelosi. I think rape is actually sexy. That man was like, what? Oh shoot! There in my ear. Go to what? I can't believe she said that. Go to watch. He didn't know what he was juggling that. And yet got the nerve for them to be up here telling us that this woman is legit. And this would most likely be viewed as, the R word in any other situation. But yet she herself did not say she was a victim. And isn't that crazy? And yet they still are touting this out here like this is a legitimate claim. And then to top it off at the end, it really threw Anderson Pooper off, is when she said, You're fascinating to talk to. She's a young Nancy Pelosi in the makings, with the lies and all. Here we go.
It's not a witch hunt.
I'm crazy. Man, that chick's bad crap crazy. Bad crap. Wait, I gotta see them eyes one more time. You see the witch eyes? The crazy eyes at the end?
Just going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
Gotta go.
You're fascinating to talk to.
You're fascinating to talk to. That's right, I'm crazy. Full blown crazy. I would love to have heard what was said during that commercial break. Anderson Pooper, you're not too young for me. Matter of fact, you want to get together sometime? I'm gay. I know. That's how I like it. Hey, you know what? We should all get together sometime. That chick's crazy, man. But yet they're trying to tell us this ain't a witch hunt. This is legit.
It's not a witch hunt when you have grand juries, whether they're in Florida or whether they're in Washington, D.C., or whether they're anywhere else across America. It's juries. And I've noticed it.
Then cool. Let's go ahead and take this stuff down there to Florida. Now, see, if this was a black person and he was being tried down in Idaho or somewhere where it wasn't any black people, this is not a jury of his peers. I mean, see, all of a sudden it'll be switched up. It'd be, they're obviously going to find him guilty. Look at this, all white Anglo-Saxons down here. But it just goes to show the hypocrisy.
These Republicans now, of course, they're supporting a guy who says he can execute his political opponents with SEAL Team 6.
More lies.
And not face any charges. I understand they completely will say anything for Donald Trump.
This is amazing. We just heard Rachel Maddow say there's a cost. There's a cost to knowingly put lies out. More lies. Did anybody hear Trump say, I'm going to use SEAL Team 6 to assassinate my political opponents? Anybody hear that? I didn't hear that one. I'm sure if he'd have said it like that, that's what we would hear constantly. When I don't hear stuff that I hear come out of them, and I say, I didn't hear that from Trump. They didn't play the actual clip of Trump saying that. That means they're lying.
But you have people like Marco Rubio and Elise Stefanik basically saying, the hell with the jury system. We don't trust juries anymore because anything that goes against Donald Trump.
Not Democrat juries. No, my brother. Just like we didn't trust that J6 committee. Man, you think we trust that mess? Heck no.
If juries go against Donald Trump, then the hell with the jury system, the hell with the rule of law. Nothing applies to Donald Trump.
No, we just see you guys stacking the deck and trying to manipulate the justice system to stop this man. So don't try to make it seem like we all just became lawless and we're so Trump, brainwashed that nothing he do. If Trump really did something, trust me, I'll be the first to go, yeah, man, that was foul. We can't roll with him. He said, this creep overlooks all of Joe Biden's obvious corruption and yet tries to make it seem like we're overlooking Trump's non-obvious corruption. None of it. I'm going, what did he do? Y'all just making that stuff up, just like you just said, that Trump would use SEAL Team 6 to assassinate folks. But hey, remember, there's a cost to knowingly publishing lies.
That's where we are once again.
Well, you've got 200 people who have already pled guilty to felony charges for January 6th at the U.S. Capitol. That's real business. These people can face up to 18 to 20 years in prison. I think that the law is coming after Donald Trump, and it's going to get him. And I think the same system that's worked for those...
That's what you're hoping. Y'all been saying that for a long time. Meet, Roadrunner.
700 people altogether for either felony or misdemeanor charges that pled guilty to because of January 6th. Okay. And the mastermind behind it all is the guy who lied about saying he won the election of 2020.
The mastermind behind all of these people getting charged for some bootleg charges, that they all should be expunged. They should be acquitted. These folks should receive some type of compensation for what they've gone through, honestly, because this is ridiculous. They are they're politically being persecuted, but they're saying Trump was behind it, y'all. So now listen to this next liar. See, they're tag teaming the lies.
Donald Trump. He lied after the election. He lied on the day of January 6th, all through it. And now today, he's lied about the E. Jean Carroll case.
Lied about the E. Jean Carroll case. Now I'm hoping that these statements don't come back to bite this man right here.
No, E. Jean Carroll. She's been on my show all the time.
She's been on the show all the time.
I believe her completely, just like the jury did. And I think that they're going to give a lot of money to her, because maybe $10 million in addition to everything.
For nothing?
Because they really believe she's been hurt by this.
Don't feel like a victim.
I was not thrown on the ground and ravished.
We're going to take a quick break. If you can sit on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
Fascinating to talk to. Yeah, that woman right there. She's been hurt. They really believe that she's been hurt. Right there. She just said, nope, no, wasn't hurt. Nah, Yeah, that woman right there. She's been on my show, and the jury found Trump guilty about his jury of his peers.
I think Trump is just lying all the time. And the people that believe a liar all the time are crazy.
Oh, so we're crazy. We're crazy, but not the lady who just said, you're fascinating to talk to. Huh? Yeah, no. You know what? The R word is sexy. And most people see it as sexy. There you go. I'm not crazy. The folks that believe Trump is crazy. But the guy in the jury that believe the crazy chick is not crazy, well, they're probably corrupt. That jury will say, you know what? I don't care how crazy she sounds, how ridiculous it is. If it has anything to do with Trump, I'm siding with the crazy lady. But yet Trump is getting a fair shot.
And I can't even understand. I do not understand why 70-some million people out there accept a constantly lying person. He did not win the election.
And I can't understand how so many people, if there are so many people, watch a lying propaganda network every single day. A lying propaganda network like CNN and MSNBC every day. It blows my mind every single day when I watch these people out here pushing these lies, and I say, there's people who watch this crap. I don't understand. They can't see through this. So now here's this guy up here talking about he lies every day. I can't believe all the people who believe all of these lies. I mean, he says he won the election. Yeah, he did.
If you just asked him point blankly, tell us the states that he won that we didn't know about. Did he really win in Georgia where he asked the... You
mean Georgia where they shut down the voting in the middle of the night? Huh? That one where they was swiping all night with nobody watching on camera? That one? Bringing out big boxes out from underneath tables and things like that. You mean that Georgia? Yeah, the one that refused to look at all of the evidence in every other state that refused to look at the evidence, and now he's going to pretend that, these juries, these judges ruled on this stuff.
Secretary of State for 12,000 votes. Did he really win there? Where did he win? They don't know. They just follow his lead, his lying.
Well, yeah, it's just that it really doesn't matter. Facts don't matter. And again, it doesn't matter that 63 federal courts, a lot of them Trump judges, Trump-appointed judges, said there was no widespread voter fraud.
Did they say that after looking at the evidence, Beaker? Or did they just say, we don't even want to touch it? We don't even want to look at it. We're denying. We're not going to look into this thing. That's what they did. But you're trying to say they ruled on it. You're inferring and misleading your audience to think that these courts ruled on this stuff, and they didn't. See, more lies coming out of the lying network.
Would have changed one election. The Supreme Court, that Trump called his Supreme Court, said the same thing.
No, they didn't. They said they just didn't want to look at it because they didn't want folks showing up at their crib in the middle of the night talking about shame, shame, shame.
and, threatening them and all of that crap. So let's continue.
Even had Clarence Thomas and Sam Alito write a concurrence saying, we ought to look a little closer into this Pennsylvania case, even though we know there aren't enough votes out there to change the outcome of the election.
Right. So now he's going to try to make it seem like Clarence Thomas and them basically said, nope, we don't want to look into this. You see? So he's going to put words in Clarence Thomas's mouth and try to make it seem like even these conservative judges said we should look into it. We're still like, but then why not look into it? See, why would they say we should look into it if they felt like, well, it would be useless because there's not enough votes to change it anyway? So they were saying, let's look into it because we got issues that we need to look into. But we have some weak Supreme Court justices and other courts that, for whatever reason, refuse to take up the cases and look into them. So now they're trying to make their audience think that, oh, this all was ruled on.
Even Trump's closest allies on the bench say, there's just absolutely nothing there. And yet, Chris, they keep looking at Chinese religious cults' websites and appending it as gospel. They do. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, Epic Times.
And got the nerve. They said the Epic Times is Chinese weird gospel. Now, first of all, that's offensive to the Chinese. Are you anti-Chinese? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's offensive. But secondly, you're telling me the people who turn to MSNBC aren't looking at some voodoo right here? Some black magic, some dark magic right here? Yeah, full-blown, fested with lies. Yeah, talking about something. They look at Epic Times and all of these.
This is run by a Chinese religious cult.
We're expecting Trump to speak momentarily. We are going to go to those remarks to see how he uses this moment, at least at first. We'll see how it goes. Again, this is a decision that is one that we consider to be an open-ended, live decision.
So now here's Rachel Maddow. She took some heat the other day when she said, nah, man, we can't let y'all see what Trump's saying because it's all lies. Yes, it's all lies. So now we're going to go ahead and try to pretend like we are fair and balanced, and we're going to leave it up to our audience to hear what Trump has to say. And we're going to be careful, though, just in case. Now, watch how quickly Rachel steps in with the censorship.
Let's go to Trump headquarters right now.
Right now. Here we go.
You know, we won New Hampshire 3 times now. Three.
Okay.
We win it every time.
How many seconds we had?
We win
8, 9,
generals.
10.
So there we go.
What happened?
So this is part of the issue here. The former president has opened his remarks tonight once again by proclaiming falsehoods about previous elections.
We made it like 10 seconds. 10 seconds before Mad Cow was unleashed. There you go. Couldn't get past 10 seconds. Here she comes out like that. There you go. He's lying already.
Elections. This is what makes it hard to take him, his pronouncements live.
Yeah.
We'll try again, though. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
You have the
1,000.
Oh.
1,000.
There is a cost to us as a news organization of knowingly broadcasting untrue things.
Well, I'm glad you say that, Rachel Maddow, because we're going to end with this. Because she said there's a cost. Now, we done saw Matthews lie. We done saw Mika and Joe lie. We done saw all of them. The little peanut head that was out there talking about something. I hate covering Trump. I hate doing this. I really do. But I think we need to cover him more, though. I think we need to cover him more. And then we have Nicole Wallace. I think she'll round us off because if them airing falsehoods is a cost to the company, then she's a liability. This woman, along with Rachel, because see, I played the montage already with Rachel and all of her lies. But this woman should be taken off right now. Look at this. Let's end with this beautiful montage of lies coming out of MSNBC.
About exterminating Latinos.
Was that true?
100% pants on fire. The Havana syndrome. Headaches and a loud noise. Clearly acts of aggression, acts of war.
Scientists say the sounds were crickets.
The Havana syndrome. Our enemies might be weaponizing technology, beaming something to hurt people's brains.
The claims are scientifically implausible.
Donald Trump to now investigate a conspiracy theory about COVID coming from a lab in Wuhan.
This theory needs to be investigated, which is what President Biden is doing.
Hunter Biden's laptop reveals emails.
We shouldn't look at it as anything other than a Russian disinformation operation.
The Hunter Biden laptop material is genuine.
I'm sure she's going to get one of these right. I'm sure, guys. I mean, all of these can't be lies. Could they? What else?
The murder of a police officer, Officer Brian Sicknick, was killed in the line of duty. They beat a Capitol police officer to death.
Officer Sicknick died of natural causes.
The Steele dossier. It may be
How many lives are we at? How many lives are we at? The Price is Right music ain't gonna be able to hold much longer. I think that was where maybe like 8 or 9 right now. Let's see. We might be going for a record.
but it ain't fake.
Obviously, the Steele dossier is discredited by far, actually.
I mean, this is the lunatic response to what is a very rational, evidence-based, fact-based investigation.
FBI pleads guilty to doctoring email.
What the report shows is something that won't be surprising to people that have spent a lot of time in the federal government.
The report left former officials aghast.
The FBI is exonerated today.
It doesn't vindicate anyone at the FBI who touched this.
They are all absolved of any wrongdoing.
The activities we found here don't vindicate anybody.
The Trump administration cleared peaceful Black Lives Matter protesters so the president could take a photo in front of a church.
We did not find evidence that federal agents used CS gas. The DC police used the CS gas.
Wow. Now, wait, I think we're over about 20 by now. And I have yet to see an apology. I've yet to see her resign and step down or be fired. Along with Rachel Maddow, because remember, guys, there's a price to pay as a network to unknowingly broadcast lies and untruths. So I don't understand. Somebody said it's Andrea Mitchell. I guess that's Mitchell. Now, I don't know what her name is. It's a fake news person. So let's continue because, see, I'm waiting for her to step down or get fired or something.
Protesters were gassed to clear the way for Trump's photo op.
Demonstrators were pushed out to allow contractors to build a fence, a response to damage done during the 2 previous nights of rioting.
And that was a big narrative they was pushing. Big time. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if I heard them still say that periodically right now. See, they tell so many lies, they probably can't even fact check their own lies. They're like, did we lie about that one already? Has that one been busted? No? You know what? Forget it. Our audience won't catch it anyway. Continue to say the lies. Continue to go out and talk about Russia. Continue to go out and talk about Trump and his Bible and all that stuff. We don't care because we disrespect our viewers because they don't see that we're lying.
Russians offered a bounty for the killing of U.S. soldiers.
U.S. intel walks back claim Russians put bounties on American troops.
This mountain of evidence that we now have of bounties that Russia paid.
The Biden White House acknowledged there was little evidence.
January 6th committee's investigation into a 7-hour, 37-minute gap, possible cover-up in the records of calls, and it is no coincidence.
The call logs are complete with no missing pages.
Oh, now guys, think about this as a business. If you had a business and your whole business revolved around you telling the truth. I mean, your whole business revolves around people listening to you and believing what you're saying. This is not a good business model. This ain't a good look. That's like, you know what, we're McDonald's. We sell hamburgers, but they suck. You come show up at McDonald's, we don't have any hamburgers. We only got hot dogs. But the commercial says Big Mac, filet of fish, quarter pound of French fries, ice Coke, thick shake, and sundaes and apple pies. You ain't got none of that. Nope. All we got is hot dogs. Oh, wait a minute. Your whole business model revolves around hamburgers, and now you only got hot dogs? They're supposed to be revolving around truth, and all they have is lies. Constantly lies. That shows they're not really a news network. They're a propaganda network because propaganda is nothing more than lies. So everything they're saying is the opposite of truth, which exposes them as being a deep state propaganda network. Straight lies. And they're selling their lies. They're getting paid for these lies.
The gap is explained by use of White House landlines and cell phones.
These are the facts. Let that sink in. But there is a cost to us as a news organization of knowingly broadcasting untrue things.
And that right there is a lie as well. There it is. So we finished with Rachel Maddow eating her own words, and she probably never eat them. She probably in her mind thinking that, wow, I told them in our audience, whew, we really sold it. We killed it tonight, guys. We killed it. Yeah, you killed it all right. So there you have it. They're still going to go with their full press against Trump, regardless of how obvious it is that these are witch hunts, that these are lies. Now all of a sudden Trump wants the border open. He's okay with fentanyl coming across. And it's the Republicans who are not getting immigration reform done. There you have it. Now, I hope that all of these Republicans catch on fire. I'm talking about the governors around the country. I hope that they catch on fire and say, man, dang on it. We got one person that ran in, and we sitting here in the foxhole like, what should we do? Let's get up and run in behind him. Somebody said that is Nicole Wallace. Was that Nicole Wallace or was it Andrea Mitchell? I get them confused. Well, whoever she is. Anyway. But nonetheless, my point is, I want to see more conservative governors get up. All of them. We should have every single conservative governor signing on to deal with this mess down there at that border. Because, boy, I tell you, it's going to get worse if we don't. And these Republicans better hold the line up there in Washington. I don't have faith in the dang on Senate. But I'm hoping the House, which got a little more griminess to it, got some, some soldiers over there that will disrupt things. I hope they say, we ain't signing nothing, man. We'll hold this crap up until the cows come home. Because guess what? They got the support of the people. The people are not okay with illegal immigration. And if you hold the line, they'll respect you for it. Now, if they bend the knee, it's not going to be a good look for them at all. So God bless y'all. Our country, man. Our country is teetering right about now. And I'm real interested in seeing what's the next move with the Biden administration and that border. Are they really going to call the bluff? Because right now, the bluffer, and I don't think he's bluffing, is Abbott. He showed I'm not bluffing. I'm here. I'm playing for blood. I play for keeps. So now let's see if the Biden administration is bluffing. We'll see. Oh, man, I might have to go ahead and pack it up, y'all, and go ahead down there, man. Might have to go ahead down. Somebody said 70,000, or was that 700,000? 700,000 trucks going to the border? Woo! That's a lot of trucks. That might be all the trucks in the United States. Good grief. It ain't going to be a convoy without my man truck. Go ahead, Gizmo. Go get the truck ready. Start the truck. We're going. We're heading out. Put him right on the front of the thing. Put him on the front of the car like that little the truck that has the dog on the front of the truck. Yeah, put him right there. They'd be like, sir, your truck's a little too small. It's not a semi. What? No, it is. It's a semi. See, it's a semi. There it is. Doesn't have to be a big one. Anyway, so we'll see how that all works out. But yeah, the Mack trucks, yeah. Oh man, y'all know something about them, man. We dating ourselves. Now, hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other platforms. Don't forget, 330-974-4607. Text MAGA to that number. Please do. And so I can keep you in the loop of things. Then don't forget also to check out Kevin's Corner store. If you want some of the products that we provide, you can go and check that out and grab yourself something, buy something for somebody else. And if you want to support my channel through my monthly fundraiser link, it is right below this video. You can do that as well. Now, please subscribe to my alternative channel. And I'm going to do a little check real quick because I don't even know if YouTube is allowing my little alternative channel to grow. Or is it just people aren't? Come on, there's lights in my face. All right, let's see. We're about to find out, y'all. How many subscribers am I? Am I over 1,000 yet? Come on, let's see. Oh, man. Guys, we ain't made no progress. Now, I find this hard to believe. 833 subscribers. All we need is 1,000. So if you haven't subscribed to my alternative channel, please do. I'd appreciate that. I really would. And then with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. And I will be uploading some standalones over the weekend. Please check those out. And, check back with the channel. If you're not subscribed, please do so. And make sure you set your notification button to all. Okay, because they will play games with the notifications. So let's get out of here, man. Texas. That's right, y'all. Somebody said the link. Don, could you put the link in there? Real quick, what link are you referring to? Are you talking about somebody said they have over 2,000 subscribers? Wait a minute. When you say you have over 2,000 subscribers, are you talking about you're looking at over 2,000 subscribers on my alternative channel? And you know what? Is Dawn here tonight? I didn't even... Oh, there she is. Dawn, some people just asked about the alternative channel. link, and I'm not able to put it in the chat. So wait, maybe I can. Maybe I can. Oh, on your channel. Okay. Maybe I can put it in the chat. Who knows? Let me see. Real quick. All right. Put a little this on it. Some of that. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm coming. Y'all, I'm going to go ahead and join the chat because I'm on that. Let's see. Copy. And go back to the chat. And let's see. Wait a minute. Come on, man. Okay, now they're going to give me a commercial. Now I got to skip my own commercial for the sake of time. Okay, so now let's see. Here we go. I'm about to paste it in, y'all. Come on. See, I'm not used to doing this. All right, here we go. Paste. And enter. It should have popped up as stop and think about it. I don't see myself, though. That's the funny part. Okay. Did it show up? Where is it? I hit enter. Why ain't it letting it show up? That's a bunch of bull crap. Let me see. Well, anyway, I just entered it, and I don't know why it didn't show up. So I'm going to have to get to the bottom of that. Anyway, we'll figure it out. God bless. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Take care.